Hey guys, I want to show you my writing territories list that I've come up with about special people in my life, and you're going to do something similar. So I've got a column, and I think we set up our writer's notebooks for this already, but I've got my person, and I've got my friend Andrea from elementary school, and then on this side, all the events that I could think of that I've done with Andrea that I might or might not someday write about. So I've got the time we've gone, we went sailing with her dad in this race, and I got seasick. I used to go to Florida with her, and this was a long time ago before there was like TVs and VCRs in cars. And her dad set up a Nintendo for us to play in the car ride on the way to Florida. There was the time we thought there was a tornado coming, and what did we do? We walked down the street to somebody's house where we thought it would be safer instead of hiding in her basement. There was an incident of throwing rocks off of the highway overpass and hitting a car and breaking a windshield. That was a bad one. There was the time I got sunburnt so bad with her in Florida, my skin was like purple, and we had to sleep in the car, and it was extremely uncomfortable. We used to play in Gus Macker basketball tournaments together, and we have lots of stories from that. Steps to the office. One time in elementary school, we were in a portable out in the parking lot, and we literally counted. The teacher had us run an errand because Andrea's mom was a teacher in the school, so she kind of got picked to do a lot of things because all the teachers knew her. And the teacher asked us to bring a note to the office, and we counted the steps from the classroom portable all the way to the office, and we were gone for like 25 minutes doing it. So we got a little talking to that time. We used to want braces really bad, so we would make fake braces out of paper clips, and we had all these little tiny notes on these little tiny pieces of paper we would write together. So those are some of my events with Andrea. Then I did another person, my old neighbor Vicky. One time her mom made us wash all the dishes in the cupboard and dry them. Vicky also had an older sister, Jody, that was kind of mean to us when we were kids. And then I listed some events with my brother Eric. He got super excited at the mall one time and knocked down Mickey Mouse. He ran at Mickey Mouse full sprint when there was a special visit from Mickey at the mall and knocked Mickey right over. Him and I got in a fight one time, and he punched me in the kidneys, and that didn't end well. My mom had to chase him with a baseball bat one time because he was really naughty in the car. It was just a plastic one, but still. And there was another time he was almost hit by a car. So this is an example of a list that I'd like you to make on one of your pages in Writing Territories of special people, and then all the events you can think of with that special person. Here's another example. I want you to list all the first time things that you can think of that might be special for you. So my examples are the first time that I held my baby brothers when they were first born. The first time we won a Gus Macker, very memorable for us. We got our dog Rocco when I was a kid, a puppy, so the first time meeting Rocco was amazing to me. The first time I ever went on an airplane. I moved schools when I was in 7th grade, and that's when I moved to Byron Center. So like going to a new school for the first time can be traumatizing. I don't know if I've told you guys, but I've had some knee surgeries from playing sports. So my first knee surgery, first time meeting a famous person, the first concert I went to, the first time seeing the Statue of Liberty. Those are just some ideas. Then you've got the last time things happened. So like the last time I saw my grandma Garvelink before she passed away. The last time going to my old house before we moved to Byron Center. Rocco, the dog that I talked about earlier, has now passed away. So the last time that I saw Rocco. This is actually a funny story. They don't all have to be sad, but the last time with our old van. And my brother was pretty little, but he cried because my parents sold the van. So that one was a funny one. Then I want you to make a list of first time things happened and last time things happened. And then I've got this set up, and hopefully we set this up together. But a lot of times people can write about things, a time when they were a victim of something, or the time they did something maybe mean, and we call that a perpetrator. They were the bad person, or you in this case. in a time you were a bystander and witnessed something bad. So my comments about the time that I was the victim. Obviously, you know, I'm pretty tall. So when you're growing up and you're younger and you're that tall, I remember a kid saying, well, she's too tall to ever have a boyfriend. And I believed that to be true. So how I felt, my emotions during that time, I was embarrassed and sad because all my friends were tiny and cute and were starting to get boyfriends. But my response, I was silent. I didn't say anything. I just internalized everything. So that's the time I was a victim. Then I've got the time I was a perpetrator. In 7th grade, there was a girl who tried out for the volleyball team and she didn't make it, but she still was at our games and she still acted like she knew everything that was going on. And I was talking with a friend and we were talking bad about the girl. And we were saying, well, she didn't even make the team. So those are the words that I said. Little did we know her mom was literally sitting right behind us. So then immediately shame overcomes us. And then I tried to make it sound not as bad. And I said, well, maybe she'll make the team next year. I do think she's really nice. And I don't know even if her mom heard us talking or not, but that's what occurred. So that's a time I was the perpetrator. I was the one doing something wrong. And then I've got a time I was a bystander. I witnessed something wrong that occurred. And it can be, you know, maybe you're witnessing something good. It doesn't have to be something bad. But in school, there was this kid that these boys picked on, and they called him Tink for Tinkerbell. And some boys glued this kid's locker shut, and people were yelling Tink at him when he was trying to open up his locker, but he couldn't because it was glued shut. And I just kind of stood there and watched. I wasn't a part of it, but I didn't do anything either. I couldn't believe they actually did something like that. So I was kind of sad and upset about that one and just felt really shocked and bad for the kid. But my response, I didn't do anything. I just sat there silently and watched. So I would like you to make a list like this in your writer's territories, just to generate ideas that you might write about sometime. So that's it for this lesson. And then don't forget, there's another thing in writing that I want you to do that I'll explain in the next video.